What part of the IELTS exam did you find the most challenging?
The most challenging for not only me but most students was the reading part, because you have to go through a lot, process
Yes.
that information and write it down.
Yeah. So what part of the IELTS exam did you have the most challenging time with?
Like all the sections are difficult for me for the first time. Like I tried many times, but I've taken the exam only once.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the most difficult part is the reading.
Yeah.
So my difficult part is like the third passage. You know
The longest.
the
Yes.
difficult.
Yes.
That's why, and you lose all the energy at the
Yeah.
end. That's why.
Yeah.
From the day one I watched your videos, it really helped me in reading module.
Oh, that's
So,
awesome.
yeah, and that's why I got 8 bands in reading.
Wow, that's awesome.
And my average at that time was only 4 bands.
Oh, wow.
So it increased by 4 bands, and that was really, really nice.
What part of the exam did you find challenging?
I think for me, reading was quite tough.
Reading, yeah. So from all the passages, which passage was tough? You would say all of them, or?
The first one was quite, I can say tougher, but then the level goes on decreasing.
So did you finish on time for the reading, or?
Yeah, whenever I just did that, I feel firstly I can say that it was quite difficult for me, but after then by practicing, it was quite. It was quite easy for me to do reading. Yeah.
Awesome. And so which passage did you find the most challenging? Do you remember, or all of them?
I mean, personally, I didn't actually find any of them to be very difficult because I read books.
Oh,
so
nice.
that was comparatively easy for me. But like most students find it very difficult. Like usually the first paragraphs are the most time taking.
In which part of the exam did you find the most challenging?
From the beginning, I was good in English, especially in the speaking, but the reading part was really daunting task for me.
Yes. What part of the reading section did you, or what question type did you find the most challenging? Match headings, multiple choice, or just all of them in general?
Multiple choice questions were quite tricky because all of the options were quite similar to each other. So I mean, you had to really think through.
Yes.
Yes.
And so other than the writing section, what else part did you find challenging?
In reading section, I just found most challenging was match the headings.
Oh, yes.
There was bit confusion in that, like to which paragraph what would be most suitable heading.
Yes.
That was the most difficult part.
Oh, yes. I know a lot of students often find that question the most challenging. So did you only stick to IELTS reading material for practice, or did you read other material, other articles?
I think it depends on a person's needs, whether he or she wants to prefer other resources. But for me, in my case, I only read the IELTS academic books.
Okay. What resources did you use to prepare for the IELTS exam?
Actually, I joined the academy, and they provided me the content.
Oh, nice.
And apart from it, YouTube is a good platform. You come to know about a lot of teachers. They'll teach you a lot of skills, and I think social media and internet is a great broad platform nowadays.
Definitely,
and
yes.
you'll get the content easily over there.
Yeah. One question I have for you is, in the reading section, do you have to read the passage word for word, or do you skim and scan the passage?
Like I'm good in reading, so I generally skip the whole passage once, and then and during my exam I completed the passage, the not including the third one. I completed like 5 minutes before, so that's a proud moment for me.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And also I got 7.5 in reading also.
Amazing. What did you find hard about the reading? Was it finding the answers or understanding the content?
Understandability was good in me. The problem was in finding the locations, so I just go with the skipping and scanning. So it was a really tough for me.
Yeah. And what band did you get, if you don't mind me asking, in the reading section?
I just appeared for the exam 2 times, and in the first time I got 6 bands, and after that I got 7.5.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So what advice could you give to our students? What helped you pass the reading section?
The only advice I can give to the students, like be early to know the things, reading the books, reading the lines, sentences again and again, and don't worry, don't be in a hustle. don't worry for the students in like they in a hurry. They have to take again and again the exam. You don't have to take the exam again and again. You have to practice and then
Yes.
make the exam once.
Yes.
This will save your money as well as time. So the only advice is you have to perform your best during your practice section, not at the exam. You have to this is the only piece of
Yes.
advice.
So what advice could you give to students who are looking to pass the IELTS exam? Could you give them any advice?
The first piece of advice will be like start reading books, like
Yes.
any books, so that you can improve your reading speed.
Yes.
And when it comes to speaking, form your sentences in your mind and don't go too fast.
Yes.
Otherwise, you tend to make more errors.
I agree. So one advice would you give to our students is read something you're interested in,
Yeah,
right?
read anything which interests you, so that even you don't get bored of it.
Yes, exactly, because you have to practice daily, right? And
Exactly.
if you read a topic you're not interested in, you're not paying attention.
Correct.
So any last minute advice you could give to our students?
So I just want to say don't put much time on like reading books or reading study materials
Yes.
related to IELTS. Rather than that, spend time with family, friends, and just talk in English, practice in English, watch YouTube videos, don't panic, and build confidence.
Yes, thank you so much for your time.